What is going on, guys? This video brought to you by Machinima Prime's Dead Island trailer. It was remade, shot for shot. It's over at Machinima Prime. Click the link on the screen. Go check it out. Links in the description. Swear to gosh, it's awesome. Directed by BJ McConnell. Go check it out. All right, so Curtis Axel taking on Big E Langston. We're going to talk about this match right now. We got Sma11z99 on the line.
Why does Curtis Axel look so angry?
What are you talking about? Are we talking about the photo we're looking at right now on screen?
Put it on the screen.
All right, I am pretty sure it's going to be on screen the whole video, just so you can look at it. He looks happy.
You need to zoom in on that picture. You need to put in that needs to take up the whole space right now. Look at his beard. Like, why is he sad? That's not. Why is that his angry face? Him and Seth Rollins would be the angry face duo.
Well, he just lost his title. Of course he's going to be mad. Paul Heyman just basically fucked over Ryback, and now he said he's no longer a Paul Heyman guy. He now loses his title. Wouldn't you show up pissed on a poster, though?
Yeah, but why is it like he got mad? Like, he just got beat up, and Big E's got his smirk on his face.
Dude, Big E is just awesome, first of all. There's so much I want to talk about Big E Langston. And I like the fact that they at least went to the trouble of not covering up his nipple, because that's a Big E staple. When he was walking the other night on Monday Night Raw out to the ring, and his nipples hanging out the left side, it was just like
that was a tease. He was letting everybody know that straps were dropping.
After they just shot him backstage before his entrance, no producer went like, "Hey, Big E, cover up the nipple, bro." Like, they just let him go out there full nipple exposed and everything.
Exactly.
It was just awesome. All right, so if this is the rematch for the Intercontinental Championship, they actually had a very good first match, dude. I enjoyed it.
It was a basic good match. A nice little, exchange. It was good, simple match, solid. Now, Big E won, and Big E's going to win this one also.
You think he's going to win here?
He has to.
Now, here, hold up.
There's no way Axel is having that thing around his waist.
Here's what I'm saying, and here's the only reason I say this. Because if you remember the old WWE, title reigns, like, you would hold the title for a long time. If you think lately though with WWE title reigns, do you think they've had a lot of one-day swaps? This here we have a week. So to the WWE, is it more valuable for Big E and Curtis Axel to Curtis just dropped it, Curtis wins it, he becomes a two-time Intercontinental. Big E wins it back, and now Big E's a two-time. Big E wins again. It shuts them down, but they're now both two-time Intercontinental champions instead of 1-1. I mean, it at least would make a little bit of sense why you would have them flip-flop. At least to me, it would. I honestly think I want to see Big E in a perfect plex because I want to see what his man boobs do.
Man, he would break that shit in a heartbeat. Yo, when he drops them straps, though, I think he's gonna rip his singlet off. How hard he fucking takes those straps off.
I've always wondered, like, what if he pulls it down just a little too far?
No, he's got to have some underwear on. He's good.
Yeah. All right. So
he's got to make sure no marbles are flying out of the jar here.
Hey, he just looks so baller with that cut too under his eye, under that right eye.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. That's how you know the picture's recent.
Well, because you saw what happened to him, right?
Dean Ambrose. Chin.
Oh man, chin to face combo right there. Oh man, honestly though, I think that makes him look a little bit more badass. And I think like once he got it, dude, he's like, fuck yeah, let's go with him. Like, I'm so excited for Big E, and I like the fact that they're bringing up the fact that he's like NXT champion, and the fact that Triple H has been grooming him.
Yeah, like, Big E's going to be the first WWE and NXT champion. He's going to be the first guys to hold both of those belts. Because
he's the one guy that's came out from the system that has the attributes for both. Because like a lot of people don't know this. If you follow Big E on like Twitter, if you've ever watched any like videos with him, he's such a charismatic and funny dude.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
And, like,
he's a good dude.
We've barely saw any of that on TV. We saw a little bit with AJ Lee, a little bit of comedy coming out. But once Big E can show that, besides just the big tough, go out there, and I want the 5 count personally, because in NXT his 5 count gimmick, I loved it.
I think he's gonna 5 count Axel.
You think he's gonna 5 count Axel?
He needs.
They're both NXT guys. What? I could see this going for another one at TLC. Maybe like a TLC type ladder match. Do you think WWE would go as so far? Well, no, because think about it. They just had the Raw finish off, and so many of those guys were NXT guys. So for WWE, wouldn't it be a positive to brand it as an NXT? You see what I'm saying? Like bring some acknowledgement to the NXT system.
No,
not at all. I don't know. I still think this one goes to.
He 5 counts Axel.
He 5 counts Axel.
Mm-hmm.
He ends it. Axel's been buried completely now.
Axel's probably needs to go to a tag team with a guy who could talk. He needs somebody who could talk.
Well,
and he had somebody who could talk, and he still couldn't get over.
Well, pretty much the best guy in the business with Paul Heyman, and
couldn't get over.
Why didn't he get over though? I think he didn't get. No, I think he didn't get over potentially just because of the fact that the whole CM Punk Paul Heyman thing took
him out of it.
It took him out of the picture because really, when you think about it, Curtis Axel had those matches against like R-Truth, but there was no focus on the only one time in the whole 5-month span did it ever get to where Paul Heyman, it was when his beard was growing out and he was worried about Curtis losing because Curtis lost to R-Truth on like a SmackDown or something. And it's the only time he ever showed like it made a difference because Paul was his client.
He wasn't supposed to win the IC title in the first place.
No, I think he was.
Fandango had it, then he got hurt, and then Axel filled in.
Yeah, but that whole, you can't pass up a Father's Day for WWE was salivating at that. Once Fandango got hurt and they were like, wait, Mr. Perfect, Father's Day, Intercontinental Championship, why the fuck wouldn't we book that match? Like,
good for business.
That's great for business. And the problem is, since he's had it, is he hasn't had any competition. And I think it's because of the fact that the spotlight was put on, you know, CM Punk versus Paul Heyman. Had they had, when they went up against Curtis Axel versus CM Punk, had they had the Intercontinental Championship on the line and had Paul Heyman get involved somehow by DQ where CM Punk didn't win, and then CM Punk shifted his focus off of, you know, Curtis to Paul, that still would have kept that championship in focus for a month. Instead, you just had Curtis Axel on the pay-per-view. You know, it wasn't really the Intercontinental Champion Curtis Axel. It was just, you know, you're filling in just for Paul Heyman, and I think that's where it hurt him. You put him with the best manager in the business, potentially, but you put him with him at the wrong time, where the whole point of the storyline was just to get taken down. And I think that's the problem with Ryback, too, is because Ryback, I loved the pairing with Ryback and Paul Heyman. When they kissed each other, I went nuts. I thought that was great.
That was great.
Big traps equals no tap. When he said that on TV the other night, I about lost it. It was a big tap.
Big fucking traps.
No, he said big straps, no tap. Or big
straps, no tap.
Yeah, it was just absolutely hilarious. And I see big things for both these guys. Honestly, I think Curtis Axel can still rebound.
He needs a tag team partner.
He's going tag team. I don't know if he necessarily has to go tag team. Maybe he teams up with Ryback as former Heyman guys.
I think that's all but buried. I think is there another person he could team up with that's part of a family? Cody Rhodes is already taken. Ted DiBiase's gone. Randy Orton's not going to be tag teaming with Curtis Axel.
Roman Reigns.
He's not part of anything.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is part of the Illinois wrestling family, the Samoas.
It's not what, you know what I mean. It's not like direct, not second, third generation.
But it's the whole wrestling family. You don't consider that?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. If Ted DiBiase came back, then you could do DiBiase and Axel together.
So, okay. All right. You know what? Maybe. I don't necessarily think he has to be in the tag team personally. I think WWE's getting to the point with all their NXT guys that they're calling up. I think Curtis Axel is a failed experiment. And honestly, with the release of Cassius Ohno, now that WWE has so many guys coming in, I think this was going to come to a shock to some people. I think within the next 3 months, if something doesn't change dramatically, Curtis Axel gets released. He had his shit.
No, they'll never release him. They'll never release him. He's Mr. Perfect Son. They'll never cut him.
Whether they cut him or not, whether Michael was just near the top of the Intercontinental Championship. If he's back to demoted to doing like superstars and NXT tapings? Do you think he you have to. My thought was he wouldn't want to do that anymore. I guess, like, you know, back to working with like Santino on like YouTube, and that was it. Because if you remember, Michael McGillicuddy, the only thing he did when he was Michael McGillicuddy besides NXT was he was on Santino's YouTube show, and as the Beard, and Santino would chase him around trying to pet the beard and touch it, and that's all Michael McGillicuddy did for a year, was be on that one YouTube show, and like Superstars, and that was it. And I don't see him after a year of working with Paul Heyman being IC champion. Oh man, I guess you would for the paycheck, but if he doesn't get paired up with somebody, I think with the amount of guys coming in, I didn't think Cassius Ohno was going to get released, and he did. I think
yeah. I guess it's his attitude apparently.
So we'll see where it goes. Big E Langston, in my opinion, walks out as champion.
Yeah. Of course.
If like I said though, I think if WWE weighs two-time Intercontinental champions, I mean they did it with Miz, where Miz won it at WrestleMania against Wade, and then Wade won it back from him the very next night. I could see that happening. So that's just where I'm gonna leave it. Let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Big E or Curtis Axel, who do you guys think is gonna win? It's just wrestling.com. You could follow me during the pay-per-view. If you're not able to watch it, I'll have live spoilers, all that. Twitter.com/Tubby Moon. Check out Smalls, YouTube.com/Smalls99. Until next time, Smalls, anything else you want to finish with?
Big E
Langston. Until next time, we will see you all later.